right, welcome back to One Bills Live. Chris Brown, Steve Tasker on a Friday, and it is time to introduce you to this week's legend of the game, who's going to be getting people amped up on Sunday right before kickoff. Legend of the game is presented by the BFLO Store, the official retailer of the Buffalo Bills. And who is it? It's none other than former Bills linebacker, two-time Pro Bowler in a Bills uniform, Takeo Spikes. What's up, Takeo? How we doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Listen, I get the opportunity to come back to where it almost first started, but where the excitement really first started, man. So I'm excited, looking forward to popping over to get some wings. And, you know, man, it's football season, man. I'm ready for Bills Mafia. I'm ready for everything.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, too, Takeo, you played it right, because it's always better to come in September than it is in December, January, because, you know what I mean? Yeah, because, you know, a Bills T-shirt's a lot better than a Bills parka to be the legend of the game.
No doubt, man. And listen, it still sticks with us. If you're a player, the first time when the schedule release comes out, you look and see, okay, when do we go to Miami? Because you want to make sure that you're going to Miami, hopefully in the later part of the season, to where you get some of that good sunshine and everything. So, but nah, man, bottom line, I think we're going to have good weather. I look forward to walking out of that tunnel again. And so much has changed since the last time I've been in Buffalo. Been a minute, so I'm really looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah, I don't have to tell you the built-in anticipation and excitement there are for Bills home openers. The first one's always a little bit more emotionally charged because people are just so happy that football is back in their city here. You know what that's like here. I mean, you're not going to have to do a whole lot of heavy lifting, but, you know, I know that when you were here, you were, you know, London may have been the brains, but you were like the emotional pulse of that team. So being that for the fans on Sunday, I think, is going to be like a cakewalk for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know what the reality of it is I go back to 2003, playing the first game in the stadium after being recruited by Bills Mafia, all of the fans, and we played against the Patriots. And I remember the excitement. I remember the energy that was inside of Ralph Wilson Stadium. And that's what I'm looking forward to on Sunday. Because like you said, it doesn't take much for the fans to get involved, to become engaged. But with it being the first game of the year at home, and for me, I feel like it's the first time that I'm going back to Buffalo, not playing in a game, but being a part of the game. So, man, I'm pumped up, fellas. Hell, you might want to get me a visor with a helmet and a uniform. Give me 00.
There you
might
go
go out there and give you 3 plays, Steve.
Yeah, I can give you a third of a play, not 3 plays. I could jog onto the field. Then I'd be like, kick me out. I know. Hey, listen, you co-host Behind the Mask podcast with former NFL offensive lineman Tutan Reyes. What's on you guys' agenda lately? What do you guys been? What do you notice about the league? And what have you been talking about?
On the agenda, we took some time off lately. We're about to get ready to drop our first episode within the next week to 10 days. I highly encourage everybody to check it out. You can find it on YouTube, all of your streaming podcasts everywhere from Apple, Spotify. But, you know, some of the main things that we got coming back, it's a beautiful story. I'm not going to share it here, but it was a reason why we took time off, and we're going to be sharing that coming out. It's a beautiful story, story more than redemption can ever be told. So make sure everybody tune in for it.
Takeo, I know that you had to come back from an Achilles injury in your career. You did it here in 2005, I want to say it was. And, you know, medical advances and such. You saw Aaron Rodgers go down. What were you thinking watching that on Monday night, knowing you had been through that yourself?
as soon as he did it, I knew it. And we as media people, you never want to speculate. And I really didn't say anything at all at that time, and I still haven't said anything. But for me, I think he'll be okay. And just like you said, Steve, with medicine today, it speeds up the recovery. And at that time, when I tore mine back in 2005, no other player had came back, to play extensive amount of years, no more than 1 to 3 years. I came back and played 7 years. So for me, I knew my back was against the wall. It was hard. And then you also got to look at it. The comp that I had back then was Dan Marino. And so, but he really didn't count just because he didn't have to do all of the movement that as a linebacker would do. He would sit in the pocket. So I truly believe Aaron will be fine. It's going to take a process. It's a process as far as learning how to walk again and how to be able to make sure that you keep the soft tissue flexible and pliable, to make sure you don't have any knots in your calf, because that's how most times that's how it starts. But I'm not worried about him, and just hearing him talk, making the statements that he made, for me, the first part of healing starts with the mental mindset, and he's more than willing to accept that task, and he's more than willing to do whatever it takes from just me looking and reading from what he was talking about to take the next step.
Well, Takeo, I'm glad we had you on so you could give us an insight as to what Aaron Rodgers is looking at as a big story that came out of the Bills game. Thanks for spending some time with us. Can't wait to see you this weekend. Congratulations on being the legend of the game.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.